It's more than a game.
It's more than just practice. It's more than coaching.
It's more than learning.
It's more than a team.
Es más que el béisbol.
Being a good teammate.
Being responsible.
Being a hard worker.
It's learning how to communicate.
Becoming the best version of myself.
It's more than baseball. It's a program that transforms lives.
And that's why we need your help to transform the baseball field at Atlantic Cape that has gone unused for years. Through the Bring It Home Capital campaign, we'll work to restore and revitalize the field on campus, giving the Buccaneers a true home field advantage, where we can honor their hard work and dedication. We don't just teach these young men how to be better ball players, we teach them how to be better people, instilling values like responsibility, commitment, and dependability. Our players understand that what happens on the field is only part of the picture. What they do in the classroom, at home, and in their communities is just as important as being a well-rounded athlete. Help us bring it home. Let's show these young athletes that there's nothing that can't be accomplished through determination and teamwork. It's more than baseball. It's changing lives. And together, we can make a difference.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is time for baseball here at Sandcastle Stadium in Atlantic City as the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers play Game 1 of a doubleheader against Rowan College Rcsj Cumberland Dukes. Hello to you, along with Doug Stasic. I'm Vin Ebenu here to take you through this baseball journey here on Sunday afternoon. A very windy one, but a very sunny one, so we'll see how that factors into the pitching and the hitting here on Sunday afternoon. So, Doug, Friday afternoon, Atlantic Cape lost a tough, heartbreaking game to Salem County 3-1. Aiden Riley looked good on the mound for 6 innings. There was a nice play out at the plate to end things in the 6th, 3 runs in the 7th, and then they had a couple opportunities, the Buccaneers, in the 4th and the 6th to kind of get a run or two across and pull ahead a little bit, unable to do so. But great defense, great pitching, and now they have a tough opponent for 2 games today in Cumberland.
Yeah, home stretch here for Region 19 action, and this is a good spot. So coming off the Mighty Oaks, tough one to fall down, they get the number 2 ranked in the country, Cumberland Dukes. For the Buccaneers, they're going to have TJ Chelly on the hill, and that's a good sign. So Chelly, a Buna native, a little bit of probably a chip on his shoulder as we can call Cumberland a little bit closer to home. But these are 2 squads that know each other remarkably well. Chelly, a ground ball pitcher, gets a lot of balls into the dirt. That'll be a good news. You got Antonicello and Dempsey on the left side of the infield. They're going to play an important part, I think, on this one. And then when you go to the other side here, Vin, for the Cumberland Dukes, sending John Liberio out on the mound. The Dukes have a very deep pitching staff. They're in a bit of a bind, so because of scheduling, this one was rescheduled from March. And now the Dukes find themselves playing 5 games in 3 days.
It's a hefty schedule for them coming up this week, but you know what makes a tough schedule a little bit better? When you get a couple wins. So Duke's looking to do that today. Buccaneers looking to bounce back from a tough loss like we said on Friday afternoon. TJ Chelly, of course, on the mound, and a little bit of a different lineup today for the Buccaneers. We'll get to that in the bottom half, but we'll get to the Dukes batting order here. Kevin Marone leading things off. Ben Myers, Matt Shepard up top. Michael Gazzardo cleans things up. James Hallman, Jack Peacock, Will Gamble, Devin Koger, and Casey Vaughn for the Dukes as Chelly deals strike 1, and we are underway. Temperatures hovering close to 60, but in the 50s, and feels a little bit chillier than that with the wind. And a 1-1 count on Marone. So it'll be important Doug, I think, for Chelly and the Buccaneers to try to hold the Dukes at bay, at least early on here, and try to keep them off the scoreboard as much as possible with the kind of offense that they got.
You're going to get a good start here if you're the Buccaneers. You definitely want to try to keep that ball down, keep the free runners off base, and there's a good shot by Marone.
Chopped foul, and Marone will get another opportunity. Very bright uniforms the Dukes are rolling out today. The yellow tops, gray pants.
Yeah,
But you know what? It looks good in the sun.
Hey, and somewhere the athletic director, J.D. Diamco, he's on coverage for softball today, so I'm sure he's got a phone in his hand. He'll be the one to take credit very quickly for the Rcsj Cumberland Dukes unis. He takes a lot of pride in those.
I like him. Buccaneers, of course, have the red, white, and blue. Swing and a miss, and there's one away. So Chelly off to a good start, striking out Marone to get things started here in the first.
Yeah. That's all you can hope for. Flood the zone with strikes. Trust the defense can make those plays, and a good defense in that. I mean, for Cape Atlantic in the outfield, left to right, you have Jones, you have Kevin Foreman in the middle, and then you have Caden Dale out and right as that first pitch is in.
Dale looked good. I keep thinking back to a catch he made in left field a couple weeks ago. Just a nice diving grab, kind of going towards the foul line there. So he could certainly go out and grab him in the outfield. Playing right field today, Nate Goodrich in the infield. Chelly deals to Mares. That one chopped to third. Dempsey bobbles it, fields it, and throws over to Hernandez, and there are two away. So John Dempsey playing third today. Monero and Louis Sari have game one off for Atlantic Cape here in the doubleheader. So two quick outs for TJ Chelly on the mound, and that'll bring up Matt Shepard. That pitch outside, 1-0.
Matt Shepard, tough as nails behind the plate. Guy has a huge arm, and he's got grit like you can't believe. Came back this year after a nasty collision, ended his season a bit early last year. Man, he is he's high on a lot of radars right now. A lot of coaches with interest at the next level in Matt Shepard.
Shepard handling the catching duties, so that's certainly a position where you got to be physically ready for anything. Got to be tough. The 1-2. Chop towards shortstop. And TJ Chelly. A nice scoop there by Hernandez. A 1-2-3 inning for TJ Chelly and the Buccaneers. Scoreless. We go to the bottom of the first on BFA Sports. Welcome back to Sandcastle Stadium here in Atlantic City. Vin Abnu, Doug Stasic with you in game one of a doubleheader here on Sunday afternoon between Atlantic Cape and Rowan College Dukes. Let's take a look at the lineup that John Liberio will be facing this afternoon. It'll be Nate Goodrich, a little bit of a different lineup than we saw Friday. Nate Goodrich in the leadoff spot. Kevin Foreman from the number 9 hole up to number 2. Omar Hernandez back in there at the 3 spot. Dante DePalma cleaning things up today. Frank Moretta, the DH. John Dempsey, Caden Dale, Jack Jones, and Mo Intonicelli will round things out for the Buccaneers, looking to get things going after a nice 1-2-3 inning in the top half.
A formidable Atlantic Cape offense. Goodrich and Foreman, a nice 1-2 combination at the very top. Nate Goodrich has been a bit of an RBI machine every time that runners tend to get on board. He's done a nice job of being able to bring them home.
Yeah.
And now with Kevin Foreman has that unique blend of speed and power. Very tough out, works deep into the counts. And when you're looking at a pitcher like John Libiero, that one I think is going to be an important battle because you're going to want to need to get into the bullpen knowing that the Dukes have 5 games in 3 days. So the one thing they want to be is efficient. And if you're Atlantic Cape and you're playing a doubleheader, you got to make sure the top of your lineup is having some battling at bats. And I would expect to see that for the first 3 guys we're going to see in Goodrich, Foreman, and the big power hitter in Omar Hernandez.
Yeah, they all know how to work a count well. Nate Goodrich certainly knows how to spoil some pitches. Kevin Foreman, like you said, plenty of speed. I always consider him a threat to run, Foreman. Let's see what Nate Goodrich could do to start things off here for the Buccaneers in the bottom half. They held the Dukes at bay in the top half and have a chance to answer here. So infield playing mostly back. You have the second baseman Vaughn playing on the lip of the outfield grass. And at third base, Hallman is playing on the lip of the infield grass. So they have Goodrich. They did their homework.
And it'll be lefty on lefty. Interesting to start your game leading off in that kind of battle, top of the lineup, knowing that you're probably going to face at least Libiero, the Dukes would hope, 3 different times. So to see Coach Velarde start with Goodrich at the top of the order, that just shows the confidence that he has regardless if he's facing a righty or a lefty.
Chops that one into the Buccaneer dugout, or at least to the lip of the Buck dugout, and then it kind of rolled down the left field line there. Those Buccaneers are ready. I'll say that. There were some hot shots hit on Friday afternoon and even some other weeks where they're kind of like right there, and they got some foul balls going in their direction. They don't hesitate. They get right out of the way. Goodrich lines one into left center field for a base hit. So a nice start for the Buccaneers as Goodrich lines a solid single to left center.
Good piece of hitting, just like we had talked about. See ball, hit ball. I mean, I know it sounds very simple, very basic, but a guy like Goodrich, he's going to swing at the pitches that are over the heart of the plate, and he's going to take the ones that are 50-50. He felt confident in that one, and that's exactly the kind of start that Atlantic Cape needs here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon.
You know, one thing that made sense, Goodrich, with how the Dukes lined up for him is that he does pull the ball a lot, but every once in a while he'll slice it in the other direction, went to left center there, and I think that's what makes him such a more dangerous hitter, somebody you want at the top of the lineup, Doug. Kevin Foreman now the hitter. He takes a look at a strike.
Kevin Foreman, one of the most dangerous players here in Region 19. Somebody who is the poster child, if you will, for what happens in a COVID-shortened type of season.
Pitch outside, a little pitch out, nothing doing.
Well, you saw him square like he was going to bunt there. Talked about the speed at the top of the broadcast, but going back to Foreman, he was a guy who lost his whole entire senior year over at St. Augustine, being a graduate in the 2020. So he's a diamond in the rough, man. He is a gem that's out there. You're going to have quite a few. You're going to have quite a few teams that are going to want to take a good look at him, and he's highly coveted.
Yeah, back here, we saw him at the top of the order a couple weeks back, and then he went down to the 8-9 spot. So back here towards the top here, hitting second in game 1. And he lines one up the middle, grab there, and he turns into a double play. So a nice double play there by the Dukes. Around the horn, Kevin Marone, as we'll see in the BFA Live Sports replay. Kevin Marone on the reception there from Vaughn, and a nice throw over to first to Gamble. And just like that, 2 gone here on the bottom of the first.
Fundamental baseball, that's the type of brand Coach Marco Carolla from Rcsj Cumberland, South Jersey. He loves to see that kind of D.
They don't make double plays much better than that. Hernandez now the hitter, and he lines it over the dugout at first base out of play. Had a couple fans there trying to make a grab there, Doug.
Oh, they got front row seats,
yeah,
man.
Kudos.
Look at that. Right there. Put the legs up on the dugout. Why not?
I like it. The foul balls here at Sandcastle Stadium. Fans make an attempt to reach up and grab it.
You want to keep your head on a swivel.
Oh, yeah.
With the ball coming off the bat of Omar Hernandez. He can stick it.
I think something else with Hernandez as well that doesn't get talked about as much is he could run. I think of that triple he legged out a couple weeks ago, just hit it out to right center field, and he was motoring on it, and he seemed like he could keep going.
Well, you talk about motoring. There's big, loud engines in the background because we're here out at Bader Field, and it's what they call, I think, like drifting day is what my camera guy, Nick Penza, tells me that it's called, trying to sound all cool and young, that I'm certainly two things I'm not. But, yeah, that's the motoring in the background that you hear there, folks.
A little Fast and the Furious style. Pitch up high, 3-1. See Dominic Toretto kind of driving around here in the streets of Atlantic City.
Well, you're Vin Diesel.
Yeah. I'd like to, go to the gym for a while and look like Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Probably like his paycheck, too.
Yeah. Hernandez hits a high in the air and foul out of play.
A beautiful day for baseball, and started early on this one. I know Atlantic Cape Athletic Director Jamal Edwards, he and I exchanging text messages very bright and early this morning. He was feverishly waiting to get.
Hernandez hits it in the shallow right, and an easy catch for Casey Vaughn to end things here in the first. Doug, I want to hear more of that story in inning number 2.
Well, let's rock and roll because we're getting ready to change sides here in Atlantic City.
All right. We are scoreless after 1 here on BFA Sports. We are back here at Sandcastle Stadium overlooking the little drifting behind the walls here at Sandcastle. So, Doug, you want to hop in a car and go driving around?
Yeah. What is it? What is it? Giddy up, let's go racing? Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
There we go.
All right, back to action we are.
And it was a racing of a first inning there, so both 3 hitters in each of the innings. TJ Chelly retired the side in order in the first. It'll be Gazzardo, Hallman, and Peacock for the Dukes here in inning number 2. Buccaneers went down 1-2-3 with the assist of a double play in the middle of all that. So scoreless after 1. Chelly looking good so far against the Dukes, who have, as we've mentioned at the top, certainly a potent offense.
Well, you talk about a power hitter. Michael Gazzardo, Bishop Eustis alum. This dude's done a heck of a job with his physical frame, man. He's slimmed down a bit, but he's shredded, and that's a good thing. So here's a guy playing right field. He's improved his athleticism, gotten some good speed, and he's what you call a bit of a total package. He's a guy that started in high school over at the third base corner, played a little bit of first, did as much here at the Dukes, and now showing that he can play in the outfield as well, starting in right field today.
Oh, half swing there and able to tip it foul, so staying alive here to start things off in the second.
And Gazzardo has earned Region 19 Player of the Week honors already twice this year.
Wow.
So he is a guy that you can understand why he's in the cleanup spot for Cumberland.
I see a couple of the Cumberland players, too, have those sort of bands around the waist there, almost like pitch selection. You see what I mean?
Yeah, they got the play call bands.
Yeah, the play call bands, that's it.
Instead of using the traditional old school signs. You hear a lot of numbers being yelled at normally.
Swing and a miss there for strike 3. So TJ Chelly with his second strikeout.
That's a big out for TJ Chelly. Good job by him working around the zone and getting Gazzardo to have to swing at a pitch that he probably didn't want to.
James Hallman now up to plate. Playing third base today for the Dukes here in game 1. And looks at a pitch up high, 1-0.
Yeah, for Hallman, pride of Washington Township. We had coverage of the Minutemen down at the Coaches versus Cancer Classic. Coach Bob Kelly there. And another BFA connection for you.
Oh, there we go.
So Kevin Murphy, who is the athletic director of Washington Township, his son, Matt Murphy, calls play-by-play for us in our coverage of the Delaware Bluecoats.
Ah, there we go.
So he's a digital content creator for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if Kevin Bacon were here, he'd probably be going on overload right now then. 6 degrees of everything.
Yeah, there we go. And there's strike 2 on Hallman. Chelly's got him in a 2-2 count.
Yeah, great job by Chelly. Proud of Buna, and full transparency, I've had the opportunity to coach the young man a few times over the years.
High fly ball down the right field line, and out of play. Caden Dale gave it a look and didn't have the strength to jump 10, 20 feet in the air there to go grab that one. So
Yeah,
Hallman gets another crack at it.
a lot of tall buildings out there in the Atlantic City skyline, but I don't think he was. I don't think he's gotten bitten by a spider to be Spider-Man and start slinging webs to
There we go.
get to those crazy places.
That would be something to see.
Absolutely.
So Hallman gets another shot at it here, 2-2 count. And Chelly deals. Lined into center field, and it'll fall in for a base hit. So a 1-out single for the Dukes third baseman.
First hit of the game for Rowan Cumberland. And Hallman, nice piece of hitting there. Just put the barrel on the ball right where it's pitched. Good things will happen.
And as Hallman takes the lead off of first, Jack Peacock, the designated hitter, now up to the plate. And he's got a duck as that one's a little up high, 1-0.
Yeah, Jack Peacock, another graduate of St. Augustine, talked about Kevin Foreman. He and Peacock, teammates for Coach Byalone just a few short years ago. Jack's older brother, Jerry Peacock, is a pitcher at the University of Notre Dame.
There we go. Fighting Irish. It's a football team I like to watch in the fall.
Oh yeah, they're doing some damage right now in the ACC. That's for sure. The ACC tournament coming up at the end of May.
Chelly deals outside.
Peacock, great success story for him as well. You know, somebody as a youngster when he was just a sophomore earned a starting spot over there at St. Augustine, and he's a guy like many of those junior college players, both here at Atlantic Cape and Rowan Cumberland, that are betting on themselves a bit. Guy can play third base, he can play middle infield if need be, but more importantly, I know that Coach Carolla really happy with what he's able to do from a hitting standpoint.
He's getting the at-bats here in game 1. The pickoff play to first, and Hallman back safely. Peacock getting an opportunity to handle the DH duties here in game number 1. Hallman takes another lead off of first. And there he goes as Peacock hits it high in the air in the infield. Coming in to make the catch is Antonicello for out number 2.
Yeah, hit and run was on. Peacock was breaking for second base. But Antonicello.
We usually see him at second base, sliding over to short today. Nate Goodrich over at second. Luis Sari and Monero not in the lineup for game 1. So a little reshuffling of the Buccaneers defense. So 2 outs, and Hallman up first. Will Gamble now the hitter. And Chelly deals strike, and it's 0-1.
And we'll check him out on the BFA side-by-side coaches cam here.
We saw Chelly pay particular attention to Hallman in this inning And he was going on that last pitch before it was popped up. He stays here, and that one swung on a miss by Gamble. So Chelly firing a lot of strikes. Really pounding the zone so far, and Dante DePalma calling a good game behind the plate. The 0-2 to Gamble. Chopped in the hole to short in Tonicello Fields. Throws to second, and they get him. And that'll do it. So no runs, a hit, and one man left. So scoreless here between Rowan College and Atlantic Cape. We go to the bottom of the second on BFA Sports. We go to the bottom of the second here at Sandcastle Stadium in Atlantic City, and you can see it's a very windy Sunday afternoon. Lots of blue skies, but very windy conditions here, and we'll see how that plays a factor as the game goes along. And Doug, it's rainy in March, very chilly, but even there has been some days throughout the month of April here where it's been, kind of teased us with a couple almost warm days, but then the wind comes in and it kind of cools things down a little bit.
Always. That's life in Atlantic City. I've spent more than a few years back in my Holy Spirit days when I was on the crew team, and we would row out in these back bays in Atlantic City, man, and it was something to contend with, especially when it was like February or March.
Oh, Dante DePalma, Frank Moretta, John Dempsey get things going for the Bucks as DePalma hits that one to the suite level here at Sandcastle Stadium.
I hear there's still some ticket plans available in the suites here in Atlantic City.
There's certainly been a lot of foul balls that have gotten onto the suite level.
Well, souvenirs are always fun.
The 1-1 up high. So TJ Chelly's mowed down the Dukes so far, only giving up one hit. Libero gave up the leadoff single to Nate Goodrich in the first. DePalma hits that into the suite level. Thought that was kind of heading in our direction a little bit below.
Yeah, I was going to share the news with you guys. We're going to have we just got a ticket plan here. So the BFA sports team's going to have a suite right here behind home plate.
There we go.
So no catering, no, guys. Sorry.
Oh. We got to do our own catering.
That's it.
That pitch in the dirt. 3-2 the count on Dante DePalma, hitting cleanup here in game number 1. And Libero deals. DePalma chops it in the infield to short. It's going to be a tough play, and it'll stay there in the infield for an infield hit by DePalma as Marone couldn't handle it there up the middle.
Well, now's the tough decision for you, Vin. Is that a base hit? Looks like you had an opportunity to make a play, or do you put that in the book as an error?
That's a tough one.
Well,
I'm opting initially to call it a hit, but
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I would go with the hit as well.
DePalma now leading off first. Moretta the hitter, and he takes a look at a pitch outside. Moretta, the product of Egg Harbor Township High School.
Yeah. Thought we were going to see the Egg Harbor Township Eagles in the final of the Pop McKenna Classic yesterday, but that didn't play out as expected. as they fell to Paul VI, who ultimately won that championship yesterday.
Libero deals inside. So Moretta has worked a 3-0 count here.
2 base runners would be quite the accomplishment early in this one to put a little bit of pressure on Cumberland.
Yeah. The 3-0. And that one finds the outside corner. 3-1 on the Buccaneers designated hitter.
Yeah, Moretta, the DH today, but has spent quite a bit of time over at first base. We got this.
Yeah, that is true. Swing and a miss. And the count's gone full. Seen Hernandez play a lot of first base lately for the Buccaneers, although when he's not in there, Moretta over at first, Hernandez handling DH duties. 3-2 on Moretta. Libero deals, swing and a miss, kind of chased that one, and he's out number 1 here in the second.
That's a big comeback by Libero.
As we see on the BFA Live Sports replay, kind of got him to chase that one out of the zone. So nice pitching there by the Duke's left-hander. John Dempsey now the hitter, playing third base here in game number 1. And a throw to first. De Palma back before that ball left the hand of Libero. He's keeping him honest over there at first, trying to keep a possible double play intact. Third baseman Hallman playing on the lip of the infield grass. Libero deals to the plate and deals ball 1 to Dempsey.
Yeah, Dempsey's earned himself some additional playing time. Good start to this season. Coming in a couple clutch situations. So he was initially a late defensive replacement, but he really got the bat going, and now he's a force to be reckoned with.
That pitch up high. Dempsey playing third here in game 1 for Minero. Minero sort of had an awkward kind of fielding of a ground ball on Friday afternoon where he kind of landed awkwardly and got up awkwardly and threw over to first, or overthrew first. He ended up staying in the game and finishing, but it looked like it was something related to his ankle. De Palma leads off first with 1 away here in the second. And De Palma doing a little just tag of first base there. Not taking a substantial lead. You see right there, that's basically the extent of it. And a check on first. And De Palma able to get back. I think Libero's trying to induce a ground ball double play to get out of things in the second. And deals strike there to Dempsey. 2-1 to Dempsey. 1 gone here in the bottom half of the second. Scoreless here at Sandcastle Stadium.
Yep.
Go ahead, Doug.
Sorry about that, Vin. With the wind kind of whipping and pushing in, you can see how shallow the Cumberland outfield's playing right now. So we'll go back and take a look from our home plate camera, get you kind of a view of the outfield.
That's an excellent point. And then you see,
right
the shortstop,
yeah.
Marone, kind of playing on the lip of the outfield grass there, kind of doing a little back and forth.
Yeah.
A fake throw over to first. And
they're trying to defend against that no man's land ball coming in. But, left, center, and right all playing very shallow, trying to adjust with that wind coming in off a batter.
Lined into right field. It'll fall in for a hit. So right in front of the right fielder, Gazzardo, who tried to make a catch there, kind of bend down and grab it there, but falls in for a 1-out single for Dempsey. Moving up to second is De Palma. So Buccaneers have a little something cooking here.
I appreciate Dempsey making me look a lot smarter than I am. I talked about what he's been doing with the bat, and right on cue he delivers.
Yeah, there you go. Caden Dale now the hitter for the Buccaneers, playing right field in game 1. Libero gives De Palma a look, and Dale swings and misses strike 1. Saw Dale warming up a couple times in the bullpen Friday afternoon with Hayden Riley on the mound. And that was the extent of it. So playing right field here in game 1. Libero deals outside. And And Dale's got a 1-1 count. And again, the Duke's playing shallow in the outfield, especially center and right. Left fielder Koger playing a couple steps back. Dale with a little excuse me swing back to the mound. Libero fires over to first, and that'll retire Dale for out number 2 as De Palma and Dempsey move up a base.
Good heads-up base running. I mean, not much you can really do, but for De Palma, getting over to third base is going to be critical, and especially with 2 outs, a little bit of pressure early on for the left fielder, Jack Jones.
Saw Jones play left field on Friday afternoon as well. Certainly got quite an arm out there handling things in left. Swing and a miss here by Jones, and it's 0-1. Runners on second and third, 2 gone here in the bottom half of the second. De Palma reached on a single. Dempsey reached on a single. And Libero's going to know 1 count on Jones. And now it's 0-2. Buccaneers looking to get something going against the Dukes here in the second.
Well, should have expected. You know, you're in Atlantic City, and who else do you see but Ernie Corsi? So he's in the house today, taking in a little bit of Buccaneer baseball.
0-2 to Jones. That one in the dirt. Goes to the backstop. Coming on in to score. It's De Palma throw, and he's in there. And the Buccaneers take a 1-0 lead.
Wow. Good heads-up play here. Good dirt ball read, and as soon as it kicks away, tough play here for Shepard, as you'll see. He squared up in it nicely. He just opened up, and that ball got a little bit away from him. The hard angle to try to get at, but 1 run could end up being huge in this game, and the Buccaneers there lots to be excited about early on.
De Palma's little smart base running there, knew when to go, and he knew once that ball went by, he had to go full throttle to the plate there. Yeah, that one's inside. Jones had to do a little dance to get out of the way of that one. Shepard did a job in try and block that, but kind of ricocheted off his knee pad. Libero deals to Jones. That one swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. Buccaneers get a run here in inning number 2. They lead 1-0 over the Dukes as we go to the 3rd inning on BFA Sports. We go to the 3rd inning here at Sandcastle Stadium in Atlantic City. Vinay Benu, Doug Stasic with you. Devin Koger, Casey Vaughn, and Kevin Marone for the Dukes here in inning number 3. As Chelly deals outside, 1-0. Nice Buccaneers able to squeeze across the run in the top half on the passed ball that Dante De Palma scored on. Chelly deals inside, grabs the inside corner, 1-1. You know, heads-up base running like that will help the Buccaneers against a tough opponent like the Dukes. Line to second and into right field for a base hit. A nice diving attempt there by Goodrich, unable to come up with it. And a leadoff single for Koger here to start things off in the third inning. Goodrich laid out and tried to grab that one just out of his reach, though. That ball was hit hard. And by the time it hit the dirt at second base, it kind of rocketed in another couple steps. Casey Vaughn now the hitter. Playing second base for the Dukes. Chelly deals, and Vaughn puts out to bunt and misses, strike one.
Yeah, Vaughn, another guy. Don't be deceived with him down in the 9-hole. He's a guy that usually sits atop a lot of lineup cards.
Throw over to first, and he's back safe is Koger. Almost had him.
Yeah, you're not going to want to sleep on TJ Chelly. He's got one of the quickest moves that there are.
It's impressive, and to be that quick, you have to have control, and Chelly's got that firing over to first. Koger out to a slight lead. Pitch to Vaughn, and he bunts. Dempsey fields, throws over to first, and he's safe. He hesitated. Was he going to throw to second, and he ended up throwing over to first. You see Dempsey come in. He looks at second, thought about it, and then hesitated, and the throw to first too late. So Vaughn reaches on an infield hit.
Then again, Casey Vaughn, easily a guy that you would see at the top of most lineup cards, showing off a little bit of that skill set.
Speed there to get down to first, a nice bunt. So 2 on right away here to get things going for the Dukes in the third, and back to the top of the order, and Kevin Marone, who struck out swinging in the first. Chelly deals up high.
Hey, Kevin Marone out of Marple Newtown, guy coming over the bridge to play for the Cumberland Dukes. Seeing that a lot. I mean, there's guys that travel now to come into South Jersey to play baseball and get that exposure to be playing at the next level. You know, a guy like Caden Dale, coming all the way up from South Carolina for the Buccaneers. I mean, you sit there and say, man, talk about a new day.
Yeah, playing in a region, a group or a league like Region 19. Pitch outside by Chelly.
Oh, there's just a good history of it altogether. You got guys that come in, you're instantly eligible for the Major League Baseball draft, or you're a guy I talked about some of the players earlier, like Kevin Foreman, that you're betting on yourself a little bit, and you walk in and with a resume builder, and now some of these bigger programs, D1, D2.
Swing and a miss there by Marone.
To say, hey, I've been productive. I've played against a lot of really good players, and so why not give me the chance to it's an easier bet, right? That's the hardest part. Sometimes when you're trying to project what a player looks like coming out of high school, it's a bit of a gamble.
Right.
You're talking about scholarship dollars. You're talking about merit money. So for these guys down here, Region 19, Atlantic Cape, since we've been able to cover them now for the last 2 years, we've seen a lot of guys go on to bigger and better things. And when you're able to get an affordable education right here, by the way, you want to register for Atlantic Cape, you can do so at atlantic.edu. But this is a great place to springboard your student-athlete's career here.
3-2 on Marone. Called strike 3.
Ice in the veins.
Nice pitching there by Chelly. We'll see that on the BFA Live Sports replay.
Good breaking ball here by Chelly.
Well, 12-6 action there.
Yeah, Marone thought for sure that thing was going to stay up and out of the zone, and when that thing broke, he's like, man, I can't believe that actually dropped in.
I will say that's one of Chelly's skill sets, too. He's got some nasty breaking balls. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Ben Mayers, grounded to third in the first, and he bunts it here. Chelly fields, and he can't come up with it. The bases are loaded.
Man, putting the pressure on in a big way. Another bunt single.
So you think about it, the singles that have loaded the bases here, Koger kind of hit a rocket to second base just out of the diving reach of Goodrich, and then Vaughn reached on a bunt single, and then Mayers here with an infield single. So most of the hitting by the Dukes here in the third inning hasn't left the infield. Shelley deals here with one gone, and a little check swing. Get a check. Did he go? No. So ball one on Matt Shepard. Koger now at third. Vaughn over to second. And that pitch by Shelley inside 2-0 on Matt Shepard. Buccaneers lead 1-0 here in the third. Shelley deals the 2-0. That one finds the plate 2-1. Shelley in a little bit of a jam here in the third inning against a tough Dukes offense. Winds and deals. Foul into the sweet level. And count goes to 2-2.
Real estate at a premium with the bases loaded. Good view there from the first base side of the concourse here in Atlantic City.
See Goodrich and Antonicello at second and short, trying to be in position for a double play ground ball. That one hit high in the air, down the right field line. Hernandez, Dale, give it a look, but it's in the seats.
Yeah, that there was no treat with the way the wind is whipping. Because initially we talked about the wind whipping straight in.
Right.
And now if we take another look at the flagpole, you'll see that the wind has
kind of almost blown from right field toward the other end. Very gusty Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, Ryan, you're like whispering.
The pitch. High drive into right center. Dale under it, makes the catch, fires it in. Hernandez cuts it off, and a run scores. We are tied at 1 as Koger crosses home plate.
Good baseball all around, well executed by the Dukes. So that's why you're seeing all these high fives and handshakes. But sacrifice flies are a beautiful thing in baseball because they reward you for the team sacrifice. Doesn't hurt your average, and more importantly, you get credit for the RBI.
There we go.
Who doesn't love sacrifice flies?
Hey, you put the ball in play, anything can happen. 2 gone here in the third, and that'll bring up Gazzardo. Takes a strike, 0-1. Everybody else tagged and moved up, so you got Vaughn now at third, and Mares at second. High drive into left center field. That'll fall in for a hit. And that'll score 2 runs. Gazzardo running into second. He'll make it with a 2 RBI double.
Talked earlier about Michael Gazzardo, the sweet swinging lefty, a.k.a. Little Jim Thome. And, man, he was able to deliver in a big way for Cumberland in a big spot.
And the Dukes now out to a 3-1 lead. Now as Gazzardo takes a lead off of second base, James Hallman now the hitter. He singled back in the second. Takes a look there, strike, 0-1. Hallman got the first hit of the game for the Dukes. He was the first base runner after Chile retired the first 4 hitters of the game. That pitch finds the inside corner, 0-2. So Gazzardo taking a lead off his second, unguarded. Although Goodrich draws in a little bit closer. Shelley deals in the dirt, and it's 1-2 on the Dukes' third baseman. Gazzardo communicating something. The third base coach there. Saying he balked. And so Gazzardo will go down to third. Maybe that's what he was communicating. And the umpire, home plate umpire, sent Gazzardo down to third base on the balk by Shelley.
Head coach Marco Carolla might be happy about that, but I don't know if Bucks head coach Rodney Velarde is feeling that kind of love right now.
I would think not. The 1-2 outside. Yeah, I didn't pick up on Shelley's balk there. So it must have been very subtle. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And now it's a full count on Hallman. 3 runs in the inning for the Dukes. Here in game 1 of a doubleheader. Jelly Deal swing and a miss, and that'll do it here in the third inning. Dukes get 3. They lead 3-1 over the Buccaneers as we go to the bottom of the third on BFA Sports. Back here at Sandcastle Stadium, Vin Ebenu, Doug Stasic with you. Here's John Libero finishes up his warm-ups. Dukes lead 3-1. They scored 3 runs in the top half of the inning. Buccaneers looking to get a couple back here in the bottom half. Mo Antonicello, Nate Goodrich, and Kevin Foreman will start things off for Atlantic Cape. Game 1 of a doubleheader, 2 7-inning contest. Antonicello, the product of Wildwood Catholic. His first at bat of the game. And he hits a high fly into center. Getting underneath it and calling everybody off is the center fielder, Mayers. And there's one away.
It's funny, coming off the bat, that looked like it was an absolute rocket. It went straight up to that 25-mile-an-hour jet stream blowing straight into center field. And you're like, okay, I guess they are making the right play here by being a bit shallow in the outfield.
I think under the right conditions, certainly for hitting, because the wind blowing from the right field corner, it seems, on a less windy day or if wind blown a different way, that ball probably could have went to the warning track. Goodrich now the hitter, and he looks at a strike. Goodrich singled to lead things off in the first. And that one in the dirt, 1-1 on Goodrich. Libero got into a little bit of trouble in the second. And a run scored. De Palma ran to the plate on a passed ball. But Libero was able to get out of things with a grounder and a strikeout. As Goodrich looks at a ball in the dirt there, 2-1. Goodrich, the only left-handed bat in the lineup for the Buccaneers against the Dukes southpaw. Swing and a miss. Kind of pulled his head out of that one, and it's 2-2 on Goodrich. I think he was looking fastball, Doug, and just couldn't catch up to it.
Well, dead red, man. Those are the ones that you want. Talked about his pitch selection, good plate discipline.
Little, liner to short. Caught there by Marone, and there are 2 away.
A little bit of a different approach sometimes from a coaching and a strategy standpoint, because in a doubleheader, they're playing 2 7s versus 1 9.
Yeah.
Right, so sometimes in a tighter game, it can force you to be a bit more aggressive than you might normally be. We saw Cumberland come out with the small ball attack, realizing that, hey, they were down early, 1-0. So to get a 2-run lead about midway through a contest, that can be big, and that can kind of put more pressure on the other team.
Strike one there to Kevin Foreman, who hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. Looking to atone for that here in the third, and once he gets on, he's definitely a threat to steal. The 0-1. That one clips the outside part of the plate, 0-2.
Yeah, Kevin Foreman trying to ignite the offense for the Buccaneers here.
Libero were doing a nice job of working both sides of the plate. Pitch up high there.
They're playing a slight shift towards the first base side. Knowing what Foreman's capable of. If he comes inside, especially with a lefty coming on a three-quarter delivery, that ball's going to come in on his hands. Foreman's got some of the fastest hands in all of Region 19. I would be surprised to see him pull the ball down the left side here.
1-2 the count here. And called, strike 3, inning over. Foreman saw that one coming. It kind of curved there. Nice breaking ball by Libero. We'll see on the BFA Live Sports replay. Some nice downward movement there. Foreman frozen on strike 3. So 1-2-3 go the Buccaneers here in the third. 3-1 Dukes. We go to the fourth on BFA Sports. We go to the top of the fourth inning with a nice view of the Borgata here in Atlantic City. A nice, beautiful Sunday afternoon, plenty of sunshine. You see a little bit of Harrah's there. Jack Peacock will lead things off for the Dukes here in the fourth. Peacock, Gamble, and Koger, as Cumberland leads 3-1 here to start things off in the fourth. Chelly deals. That one chopped toward Dempsey at third. Fields throws to first, and there's one away.
Nice job by Dempsey. Good shuffle step. Good communication as well with Antonicello, and he's able to get Peacock. The Dukes sent 7 batters to the plate in the last frame. So
yeah.
Chelly hoping for a quick one here.
Kind of mirror what he did in the first inning. Even the second inning, just had that one single. And able to work around that. Gamble now the hitter. Hit a ground ball to short in his last at bat, that which ended things in the second, as Antonicello threw it to Goodrich at second base to get the lead runner. Strike one here to Gamble. Koger, who singled and came around to score, is on deck. Dukes lead 3-1 here in the fourth. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2 on Gamble as T.J. Chelly fires one in there. The 0-2 just missed, and it's 1-2. You know, Doug, it's gotten a little quiet here. I was looking around. I think those cars are done doing their dragging, or at least for the most part, beyond the center field wall.
Yeah, there's a lot of them parked out there, however, so
they're taking a lunch break.
well, with the price of gas these days, maybe they're maybe taking
true.
off for an hour or so.
Yeah, gas prices back on the rise in New Jersey. 2-2 the count on Gamble. Chelly deals high, pop-up foul and out of play. Sweet level?
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
I could have sworn that I've heard you give one of those updates on your Town Square Media news updates in the morning about gas prices.
Yeah, that I have. You know, the gas prices, just when you thought they were going back down, they come back up. It's kind of like, you know, the scene from Godfather Part 3. Just when I thought it was out, they pull me back in. Don't be deceived by the dropping gas prices. That pitch outside, and ball 4 to Gamble. So a 1-out walk. Yeah, people are getting smart. Try to save on gas prices wherever you can. It's crazy.
Yes, indeed it is.
Koger now the hitter. Taking a look at his chart there.
Another guy from Pennsylvania.
So Shelley chucks on Gamble at first. Deals to Koger, who's looking to bunt, has to do a little jump out of the way there on a wayward pitch, and it's 1-0. Dempsey playing on the infield grass, expecting Koger to bunt. And he offers, and it's strike one.
Yeah, it didn't work out as anticipated.
Home plate umpire was checking with the field ump on that one. Ended up making the call himself. So 1-1 on Koger, 1 out, and Gamble leads off first. Shelley gives him a look. Now with his eyes on the plate, deals to Koger. Thought about bunting, pulls back, and takes ball 2 instead. Dempsey charging in on each bunt attempt by Koger from third. See Gamble taking a slight lead off of first. Dempsey moving in at third. Koger is letting the whole world know he's going to bunt and throw to first, and he's back there safe. Gamble able to quickly get back. I think everybody in the ballpark is expecting Koger to at least offer to bunt here. We'll see what happens. The 2-1. He's not. He swings away. Swings it to first. Picked up by Hernandez. Struggled with it. Only able to get the out at first. And there are 2 away. As Gamble gets down to second. So I stand corrected on that Koger bunt attempt. Casey Vaughn now the hitter. Singled in the third, and then later came around to score. Dukes lead 3-1 here in the fourth. Shelley deals outside, and it's 1-0 on Vaughn. Gamble leads off second with 2 gone. Shelley deals outside, and it's 2-0. It'll be a 2-0. That one in the dirt, 3-0. On Casey Vaughn. Oh, the drag racing's picking back up behind the outfield wall here at Sandcastle Stadium in Atlantic City. Shelley deals, and there's a strike. So back in it with a 3-1 count on the Dukes second baseman. Vaughn looking to drive in Gamble, who leads off his second. And he'll walk instead, so 2 on and 2 out for the Dukes here in the fourth. So the car's getting going again behind the wall there, Doug.
Oh, I told you, right?
They
on
took a
cue.
lunch break.
Oh, maybe the hybrids are running now.
Oh, there you
no,
go.
we wouldn't hear them, though. Yeah, any Teslas out there?
Oh, there we go. Maybe that's what De Palma and Chili were talking about on the mound right there. You see the cars? 2 on, 2 out here in the fourth. Back to the top of the order, and Kevin Marone, who's been a strikeout victim twice today against TJ Shelley. Runners lead first and second. Lined into right field. It'll fall in for a hit in front of Dale. Dale fires it in to Hernandez. The throw goes to third as the lead runner scores. Casey check that Will Gamble, and the Dukes take a 4-1 lead.
That's a great piece of hitting there by Marone to pick up that big RBI.
So the RBI single by Marone. Getting to third on the play was Casey Vaughn. As Gamble crossed the plate, Cadendale got to it quick enough, but the throw sort of cut off by Hernandez there. So runners on the corners now with 2 away. Ben Mayer is now the hitter. He's 1 for 2, singled and scored in his last at bat. Mayers came to Rowan Cumberland courtesy of Kingsway. Pitch, throw down to second, back toward the plate, and he's out!
Well executed play by the Buccaneers. Fire the cannons ×2. I mean, just a great cut by Goodrich coming right back. And look at De Palma's focus behind the plate. That's how you get it done.
Goodrich playing second base today, normally out and right, got that cannon of an arm to finish things off in the 4th. Dukes get a run. It is 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th on BFA Sports. We go to the bottom of the 4th here in Atlantic City as the cars get going again on the highway and on the mini makeshift racetrack behind the walls here at Sandcastle Stadium. It's a nice-looking car right there. 4-1 here inside the confines of the ballpark. Duke's out in front. Libera out there for inning number 4 work. Hernandez leading things off for the Bucks. Takes a look at strike 1. Hernandez, De Palma, and Moretta for Atlantic Cape here in the bottom of the 4th. Hernandez, he went to second base in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Takes a look at a pitch up and in there, has to duck out of the way. Hernandez dug, certainly something I've noticed, especially of late in the last couple weeks. Hernandez kind of stands close to the plate, so he doesn't always get those inside pitches. Yeah, or has them called against him on the other side.
He's got stock in Evo Shield.
High fly. Drifting into third base territory, and the wind carried that one into the seats. As Hallman came up with it, it kind of was in fair territory, and then it kind of kept getting pushed into the seats, so Hernandez gets another crack at it.
I don't remember seeing a carnival in town, but that one was a bit of a circus. That ball, our producer Ryan Schumacher is like, man, that ball's crushed. And I'm like, yeah, right to the dirt of the the infield right there. And then it blows into the seats, and it almost looked like Hallman reached in and grabbed it out of one of the old cup holders.
Right.
So.
We've said the wind kind of blowing all over the place today, but it's got that special kind of east to west kind of vibe as Hernandez hits that one to first, and he's retired for out number 1. But, I mean, the wind overall, it's not as gusty as it used to be, at least from, our perspective behind the plate. You can tell the flags, even in dead center field, kind of going,
it's
full throttle there.
It's an adventure. If you can play outfield in Atlantic City, you can play outfield anywhere.
There you go. Dante DePalma now up with one away. Singleton scored in his last plate appearance, and he pops one up here to first. 2 away as Gamble makes the catch. Moretta now the hitter. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat in the second inning. Buccaneers trail 4-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Game 1 of a doubleheader, 2 7-inning contest. Hits it high in the air and foul. Down the first base line. Oh, went onto the concourse and it bounced over the wall there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Nick Penza, one of our camera operators, we've discovered that he carries around a ball magnet in his pocket.
I noticed that on Friday afternoon, a lot of foul balls kind of went toward him.
Nick's that same guy that, people will think like, oh, what makes somebody a dog lover? Like all these dogs always gravitate towards a certain person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick's the guy that always has the treats in his pocket. Make everybody think like all the dogs just think he's like the greatest thing ever. It's kind of like the ball. He puts a ball magnet in his pocket, and every ball in the stadium comes right at him.
Pitch outside to Moretta. I want a foul ball.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're kind of hoping for a foul ball, and half of them going to feel like go up to the sweet level here, so you're kind of SOL. But some do go into the seats as Moretta hits that one at a play. Oh, sweet level territory. So there we go. Right on cue.
We might have to start the jackpot, the hit Nick Penza, the cameraman, progressive jackpot like Atlantic City. We had one that was similar with my brother from another, Al Fisher. That jackpot it was $5 a game if you could hit him, but I think the jackpot stands at $210 because he's kind of retired now. It seems like he's hung up the microphone, so maybe at some point we'll see him again. We can restart the jackpot.
3-1 on Moretta. Chopped foul. Yeah, I was here for that kind of rain-shortened affair against Brookdale a couple Saturdays ago.
Yeah, we've had a couple close calls, but you got to make it entertaining. So if you can hit a cameraman with one of the balls, it's got to be worth at least $5.
3-2 the count on Moretta with 2 away here in the 4th.
Yeah. Then the entertaining part would be
that one hit to second. A little turnaround, and Moretta retired on the nice play there by Vaughn. So 1, 2, 3 go the Buccaneers here in inning number 4. 4-1 Dukes. We go to the 5th on BFA Sports. We go to the top of the 5th inning here at Sandcastle Stadium in Atlantic City. Vinep new Doug Stasic with you. Dukes lead 4-1. It'll be Ben Mayers, Matt Shepard, and Michael Gazzardo. Getting things going for Rowan Cumberland here in the 5th. And that pitch hit back to the screen by Mayers. Mayers was up in the 4th. And a little caught stealing there, ended his at bat, got another shot, and he hits this one into right, coming over his Dale to make a nice ice cream cone catch there in right.
Yeah, it's a little chilly for ice cream, but he was certainly serving up some scoops there. And again, the ball goes up, straight up, and then it gets caught into that jet stream, blows all the way over into right field towards the first baseline, and man, oh man, but he stuck with it.
Nick Goodrich chasing that one in right field from second base. Pitch up high to Shepard. You know, Doug, it's always time for ice cream. I'm one of those weird people who eats ice cream all 12 months of the year.
Me and you both.
That one driven into right. Dale's going to have to run back for this one. Turning him around and makes a nice catch on the warning track.
Man, nice job by Dale. And again, the one's in left field, blowing all the way in right field. Now it's picking up and carrying.
Look at Dale.
Wow, that's a nice shot by Shepard.
I think he ran a mile just to track that one down, going left, going right.
I'll tell you, it's a very uneasy feeling when you're running in the outfield and suddenly you go from hearing nothing under your cleats to gravel. That tells you got about 3 steps before there's an immovable force called the fence. So to be able to keep your cool and still catch the baseball, that's impressive.
So first 2 retired and a bunt there down the third baseline, foul by Gazzardo.
Gazzardo busting out the small ball into the repertoire. Usually known to be a power hitter. And he's planning on baking some cookies apparently later on because it looks like he's got an oven mitt in his back pocket.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Hey, I'll take some cookies. Nice chocolate chip cookies. Gazzardo coming over from Bishop Eustace. Hits that one foul out of play down the third baseline. Onto the concourse. Looks like it hit the door there to one of the old kitchen areas.
Well, maybe that's why he has that mitt.
Well, there we go. He's like, I'm coming in between the games of the doubleheader here.
You can always use a mitt here in Atlantic City.
Lines that one in the hole, and it goes past Goodrich into right field.
Yeah,
for a two-out single.
Goodrich thought about serving up some snow cones himself. Almost pulled it out of his web, but took his eye off the ball at the last second. That's a tough play, but a good piece of hitting there by Mike Gazzardo.
Yeah, I think it's an adjustment for Goodrich. Normally, obviously, out there in right field playing second base in game one, he's kind of the way he's moved about at second base is almost like what you would see him do in right field. First pitch to Hallman is inside.
Yeah, Goodrich is going to be a really good pickup for a program because he can play so many spots, right? He's a guy.
He's got a strong arm.
One spot on your roster, he can fill about 3 to 4 different needs.
And that hits Hallman. So after 2 quick outs, 2 men now aboard for the Dukes.
Yeah, Hallman with a big effort to get out of the way on that one.
Must have been a breaking ball.
Yeah, it broke all right.
TJ Shelley now looking on what to do with Jack Peacock, who's 0 for 2. Looks at strike one there. Peacock flew out to short in the second and hit a ground ball to third in the fourth. Handling the DH duties for the Dukes in game one. Gets a favorable call there, 1-1. 2 on, 2 out. Rowan Cumberland, South Jersey leads 4-1 here in the top half of the fifth. Jelly deals up high, and Peacock had to duck out of the way of that one.
You ever seen those job postings where you do these like random jobs like per day, and you can just go out for one day and somebody hires you, and these people now they'll just do a different job every single day of their life.
Sure.
Like they're kind of like for hire to jack of many trades. So our camera guy, Nick Penza, he's looking here at third base, but there's somebody wearing like a fluorescent colored vest in the middle of that field out there for the cars. I want to know what he's doing. So we're going to see if we can get a closer shot on that one. Somebody could explain to me what their job is.
2-2 lined in right field for a base hit, being waved around and coming in to score is Gazzardo, and he will.
Wow.
So moving over to third on the play is Hallman on the RBI single by Peacock, and the Dukes take a 5-1 lead.
Good piece of hitting there by Jack Peacock, able to deliver in a big way for Cumberland.
Kind of sliced that one in the other direction. Caden Dale, always gets to it quickly, and he's got a very strong arm to get it back in. But the wheels were turning on Gazzardo, and he's able to score to put his team up 5-1. Gamble now the hitter. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And he scored a run back in the fourth as well. Looks at ball one there.
Well, you got to think that a guy with the last name Gamble is set up to have a pretty good day in Atlantic City, no?
How apropos. 1-0 the count. And it's 2-0 as Chili deals outside.
Well, runners at the corners here with 2 outs. We saw Peacock with a pretty aggressive base jump in his last appearance on the bases.
Chili deals here, and that one just missed. 3-0 as action gets going in the Buccaneers bullpen down the left field line. Wearing a sweatshirt, so can't tell who it is by number. 3-0, 2 out, and that pitch finds the plate. 3-1. Runners on the corners for Cumberland. DJ Chili looking to work out of further trouble here in the fifth. That one chopped foul, and the count's gone full.
Good battle here by Gamble, especially with 2 outs. But with runners at the corners, Peacock had a pretty good jump there. I don't think that was necessarily a design steal, but he's going to go on anything that he reads to be in the dirt for sure.
Takes a look over at Peacock at first. Deals the 3-2. High pop-up in the infield.
That is way high.
Goodrich coming over, Antonicello coming over. It's Antonicello who makes the catch and ends things here in the fifth. Dukes get another run. They lead 5-1 over the Bucks as we go to the bottom of the fifth on BFA Sports. We go to the bottom of the fifth here at Sandcastle Stadium and outside Sandcastle Stadium in AC. Oh, there.
Hey,
he's going to go
doing
chase down a
something.
cone.
On cue, he's running.
Run, my man, run.
I don't know if I'd run around with race cars in the middle of the track, but somebody hit a cone, and this guy just looked. Well, there he goes. So we were wondering.
Got to put that cone back up.
What is his job? He didn't move for the last hour and a half, and now he's literally running wind sprints out there at Bader Field. So.
Going after another cone.
Maybe he has some eligibility. They might need a pinch base runner here. Look at this guy. All right, well,
Cone man.
Well, back to better things called baseball.
Yeah, inside the confines of Sandcastle Stadium, the Dukes lead 5-1. We go to the bottom of the fifth. John Dempsey, Caden Dale, Jack Jones looking to get things going for the Bucks. Dempsey singled in the second and ended up stranded on third. Takes a look at a strike there, 0-1. Dempsey coming to Atlantic Cape from Saddlebrook. Libero deals strike. Nice pitch on the inside corner, 0-2 on Dempsey.
Unofficially, I was told that worker's 60 time was 10.40.
Hey, we do have the draft coming up, the NFL draft. Yeah, later this week. So.
And you only needed a sundial to get his 40 time. That guy was unbelievable.
The 0-2. Dempsey hits it foul down the first base line out of play. I used to have to run the 40 myself. Played high school football, so we always get tested out in the summertime, run the 40. So,
dare I ask, what was your 40 time? Do you remember?
Dempsey lines one down the line, foul into the seats. I'm trying to remember. I think it seemed fast at the time. It was one of the fastest on the team. I went to Toms River High School East.
Okay.
It was like 4.8.
Nice. That's pretty. That's moving pretty good.
Yeah. So mostly I did track. So ended up running a year of track in college as Dempsey hits that one foul.
Yeah, I ran my 40 time, and they moved me to defense. So I guess I wasn't that good.
I was a wide receiver.
Yeah.
So I played a little defensive back as well. So we got something going on now.
Yeah, Marco Carolla was maybe questioning the lineup card.
Suppose. I mean, I've got it in order here.
Catcher got hit on the backswing, from what I'm being told. So he's just doing the courtesy move there.
Check him out, make sure everything's okay.
Some of the Dukes taking in the Diamond Club seating there behind home plate.
Dempsey hits one right near us here at Sandcastle Stadium, and I was worried for our monitor here.
It actually hit our equipment.
Keep it in the field of play. You know, there was a couple weeks ago, there was a foul ball that kind of went off the railing here in front of our little booth, and I ended up getting the foul ball as that pitch
landed in our toolbox.
Oh, there you go. Now you got a souvenir, Doug. So 2-2 the count on Dempsey. And called strike 3.
So here it is, man. Look, right here. Here's the baseball.
There's the foul ball.
It's not flyable, though, anymore because there's a big chunk
it's
that's now
a little
missing out of
up.
it, if you can kind of see that there. So, yeah. But anyway, good work.
Well, you got yourself a souvenir now, Doug.
Yeah, you know. It's like Wrigley Field. Just throw it back.
Garden Hoser, you're going in.
And I'm realizing we just showed the entire audience I'm wearing 2 headsets, one for production and one for calling a game.
Dale hits that one, fell. Doug wants to make sure he hears everything going on today.
Yeah. I look like that. Remember those kids that used to have those that big retainer brace thing that they used to wear?
Yeah. Like the old school
headgear. What you were supposed to sleep in and try to keep your braces straight and stuff.
Right.
That's about what I look like today. No wonder I couldn't get a lot of dates in high school.
Yeah.
Rocking that headgear. So South Carolina's Caden Dale trying to stay hot here.
He's 0 for 1 in the afternoon. He went back to the mound in his last at bat. Swing and a miss. Dale kind of with a one-handed swing there. Now it's 0-2. We got one of those cars, by the way, kind of driving up behind the center field wall. 0-2 to Dale. That one's up high. Maybe we could see if they'll let us take the BFA sports truck on that track in between games.
Yeah, it's another interesting nugget. So the RK Chevrolet BFA Chevy Silverado 2500. We're on our way somewhere. I don't know if I should say this. It's kind of incriminating.
2-2 on Dale. Swing and a miss. And Dale retired for out number 2 here in the 5th.
Back-to-back Ks. So Libero loosening up here, as they call stretching it out a bit.
That is his 5th strikeout, Libero.
Yeah, so we were on a road that I won't name, and we were trying to keep up with traffic, and I looked down. Lo and behold, the truck's governed. It would only go a certain speed. I'm not going to mention how fast it was.
Jones hits one up the middle, and it'll squeeze on. Oh, no, nice grab. And throw to first, and he's out.
So
nice play by Vaughn on the way by.
Casey Vaughn, look at this web gem.
I thought that was going through. A nice throw after grabbing that one. And Jones retired in a 1-2-3 inning. The Buccaneers go down in order. We go to the 6th. Duke's up 5-1 here on BFA Sports. We go to the top of the 6th here at Sandcastle Stadium. You see a couple playing catch there on the concourse up the third base line. Back here on the field, Dukes lead 5-1. It'll be Koger, Vaughn, and Marone here to start things off in the 6th. Is TJ Chili back out there for inning number 6 of work. Koger grounds it foul outside of first. And a day like today, why not play some catch? Looks like the ball's kind of going all over the place on the concourse there. Jelly deals the 1-1.
Oh.
And there's 1-2.
12-6 breaking pitch. Chelly doing a nice job, man. He's been efficient. Just been a good duel back and forth, but
kept the Bucs in the game, though, for an offense coming in that was highly touted. He's kept the Dukes in check. Dukes lead 5-1 here in the 6th. Jelly deals outside. Koger singled and scored in the 3rd and grounded to first in the 4th. Called strike 3. Koger retired here in the 6th.
that's a big-time pitch by T.J. Chelly for the Buccaneers.
Strikeout number 5 for the Buccaneers right-hander. And with one away, that'll bring up Casey Vaughn. He singled and scored in the 3rd. Walked in the 4th and ended up caught out at the plate. So Vaughn, and then back to the top of the order with Kevin Marone on deck. He certainly made some nice plays in the field for the Dukes this afternoon.
Man, that was an absolute web gem that he had delivered to end the last frame.
Buccaneers have some action going in their bullpen down the right field line. Pitch by Chelly is outside. We'll see how long Chelly is for this game. This is game 1 of a doubleheader this afternoon. The 2-0. Vaughn grounds it to second. Goodrich fields, throws to first. And there are 2 away here in the 6th. Back to the top of the order for the Dukes and Kevin Marone. And an RBI single in the 4th and 2 strikeouts that preceded that at bat. See Angel Pascal now warming up for the Buccaneers in their bullpen. And a strike here from Chelly to Marone. High fly down the right field line and goes out of play. Cadendale just gives it a look. Maroon's had a nice defensive game at shortstop as well. Jelly deals outside, and it's 1-1. 2. Jelly looking to get through 6 for the Bucks. And that one misses.
Yeah, to be able to get this far in a game is certainly a bit of a blessing. And again, you know, only a 4-run contest, so you're only a big inning away from being able to tie this one up and try to put the Cumberland Dukes up against the wall. And in the doubleheader, at a minimum, especially when you're in conference like this, you want to try to get a split 1-1.
That one hit to short, and it eats up Antonicello and goes into center field for a 2-out single.
Yeah, usually that's a home field bounce, but just the opposite right there.
You know, he came into approach her right and just kind of took that extra hop at the end that I don't think he was expecting. So Marone on with 2 out, and that'll bring up Ben Mayers. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon, had a single in the third, and then came around to score. Hits it high in the air into center. Foreman adjusts, makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Dukes here in inning number 6. They get a hit and nothing more. It is 5-1 Dukes as we go to the bottom of the 6th on BFA Sports. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at Sandcastle Stadium in Atlantic City. Vin Avenue, Doug Stasic with you, and we're taking a look at the cars along the water here in Atlantic City. You know, we showed you some of the racing going on beyond the stadium. Now everybody just kind of parked out there along the water. Taking a nice view of the casinos here in Atlantic City, or some of the racing going on.
Yeah, beautiful day out here, and
yeah,
certainly a beautiful day for baseball.
We'll take the sunshine. It could be, I'll push for a little bit of warmer temps and less wind. But yeah, no, it is a beautiful day. I mean, can't see a cloud in the sky. So ideal sunshine. Mo Antonicello will lead things off for the Buccaneers here in the 6th, followed up by Nate Goodrich and Kevin Foreman. Bottom of the 6th, it is game 1 of a doubleheader, 2 7-inning contest. So essentially this kind of has the vibe of the 8th inning, if you will. Antonicello looks at strike 1 there. He's 0 for 1 in the afternoon. Flew out to center field in the 3rd. Dukes lead 5-1. Libero out there for inning number 6. And it's a 1-1 count on the Buccaneers shortstop here in game number 1. Antonicello sliding over from his usual second base perch. Libero deals up high. So getting late there for the Buccaneers to try and get some cooking. the late innings here, if you will, in game number 1. Libero deals outside. Antonicello showing some plate discipline and a little bit of patience, trying to get on board here in the 6th.
Well, this is where the leadoff runner in a late inning is so important. So love the fact that, Mo here is taking his time, trying to get Libero, knowing that he's getting his pitch count up, throw him a couple balls.
And one hit first base side out of play.
That are ones that he can drive. Otherwise, you're just trying to get a couple base runners on and realizing that the top of the order is coming up here. This is exactly how you execute, exactly how you want to go to work. So let's see what he can do here, down 3-2.
Takes that one, and Antonicello will work a leadoff walk here in the 6th, so the leadoff man aboard.
Just what the doctor ordered. Nate Goodrich has delivered time and again in an RBI scenario, but his ask right now is going to be a little bit different because down to their last 6 outs, you want to get a couple more base runners on board before try to have to put an out on the board.
Goodrich 1 for 2 in the afternoon, singled in the 1st and lined out to short in the 3rd. Takes a strike there.
Yeah, he's not going to like that call too much, but there's not much that he could do about it. Again, not a pitch that he can drive, so it's definitely one that you have to take, especially late in the game.
Libero checks on Antonicello at first, deals inside 1-1. Antonicello certainly has the speed to run, but this late in the game and down by 4, not exactly willing to push it and try to steal second, but he could certainly get first to third in a hurry. Throw over to first, and he's back safe.
Yeah, and with Libero being the lefty and being down a couple runs here, Antonicello not going to take too big of a secondary lead, I can imagine.
Pitch here to Goodrich. Finds the inside part of the plate.
Yeah, see, it's
Did
funny.
look a little low.
Some people might be sitting there saying, hey, how does Goodrich take that pitch? It's because of the situation, right? Like, he's being disciplined. He's executing what's being asked. And now that he's on the ropes 1 and 2, now he can't be as selective, so he's going to go defensive.
As he does there, fouls it back to the screen and stays alive.
I mean, it says a lot about a ball player overall. If I'm a college coach and looking to add somebody to my program, this is definitely the kind of athlete that I want. Comfortable, being put in a bit of a higher pressure situation, but showing the confidence and the wherewithal to be able to execute in a big spot. Not easy to do, so that's a little bit of the game within the game.
Antonicello with a slight lead, and there he goes. Throw down to second, and
he's in there.
He's in there. Antonicello got in under the tag. We'll check it out on the BFA Live Sports replay.
Great throw by Shepard. Look at that transition. But his hand is in there, but they're going to
calling him out. So after further discussion by the umpires on the field, they say Antonicello caught stealing there at second base. It looked like.
We'll say that the BFA instant replay is for entertainment purposes only. There isn't an official challenge here.
Right.
19.
It looked like from our advantage point here that he did get in there safely under the tag. Now we'll have to get there between innings. Show the replay. So now 1 out. Foreman hits a high fly in the left. Settling underneath it to make the catch is Coker. And that'll do it for the Buccaneers here in the 6th. So no runs. Duke's lead 5-1. We go to the 7th on BFA Sports. Back here in Atlantic City at Sandcastle Stadium with a nice view of the Tropicana and some of the casinos here along the skyline in Atlantic City, just over the water. On a picture-perfect day. TJ Chelly out there for inning number 7 in his first pitch, plunks Matt Shepard. So the leadoff man aboard for the Dukes here in the 7th as they lead 5-1. Vin Avenue, Doug Stasek with you here on BFA Sports. Thanks for joining us here on Sunday afternoon. Game 1 of a doubleheader between Rowan College South Jersey Cumberland Dukes and the Atlantic Cape Community College Buccaneers. Michael Gazzardo now up to the plate, had a 2 RBI double in the 3rd. And grounds to second here. Goodrich to second, one on to first. Not in time. A nice throw there by Antonicello to Hernandez, but Gazzardo too quick and beat it out.
Yeah, good work here by Goodrich with the glove work. The arm slot there by Antonicello, really on point, but give credit to Mike Gazzardo, who, again, physical transformation continues, showing one of those new skill sets that he's developed, and that would be some speed.
Swing and a miss there by Hallman. Hallman singled in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, and was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning and ended up making it all the way to 3rd. Pitch by Chelly outside, throw down to 2nd, goes into center field as Goodrich tripped trying to receive it. So going towards 3rd is Gazzardo. A nice backup there by Kevin Foreman in center field, able to get it in time and prevent Gazzardo from going another base and scoring a run.
Yeah, good heads-up base run in there by Mike Gazzardo, and a good call by the head coach Marco Carolla, trying to apply a little bit more pressure.
Hallman lines one down the right field line. Caden Dale giving it a look, and it's out of play.
Oh, that one had the distance, and they say he's going for speed.
So
old song. I think it was a Cake song.
Yeah. He's going the distance. Certainly a fortunate bounce for the Buccaneers there. TJ Chelly another opportunity to go after Hallman here in the 7th. One gone, and Gazzardo leading off of 3rd. Infield comes in. That one's looped into left field. It'll fall in for a hit. Gazzardo will score without a throw. And an RBI single for Hallman. The Dukes take a 6-1 lead here in the 7th.
Yeah, good job there by Hallman, finding a spot that he could lift the ball just over the infield and delivers with the RBI.
Action continues in the Buccaneers bullpen. Looks like Angel Pascal all but warmed up as Chelly deals outside to Peacock. Peacock 1 for 3 on the afternoon with an RBI single in the 5th. Chelly deals outside. Hallman on first with 1 out. 1 run in for the Dukes here in the 7th. The 2-0 pitch in there for strike 1.
Yeah, nice job by Chelly. Good breaking pitch there. I love the fact that he's showing stamina, right? So, you're, again, college coach looking to add an arm to their team. I mean, Chelly's a guy who can eat up some innings for you, and I think serve a lot of roles.
Lined into right center field. It is a base hit. Rounding 2nd and heading to 3rd is Hallman, and the throw, he's in there to the dismay of Dempsey.
Well, that's not going to sit well with Coach Ball and Coach Velarde. You're going to see here slowing it down on the BFA replay. A little frame by frame.
Let's see.
Let's see.
It was bang, bang.
Oh, he's in there. I think he is in there.
Yeah, it
indeed.
looked like he was in there safe.
So there's taking a look at Coach Rodney Velarde. He just wants a second opinion.
Hoping for an overturn of the call that seems unlikely.
Yeah, he and one of his assistants, Jeff Ball, kind of talking things over, and Jeff Ball now going to head out to the field, and he might be going to the pitcher's mound to talk to Chelly at this point.
Runners on the corners with 1 out. Angel Pascal's been thrown in the Buccaneers bullpen on and off for the last inning or so.
Yeah, so Coach Ball talking it up a little bit, and now they got some rabbit ears with the umpire.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Going belly to belly.
Yep. I think he was asking for directions. I think he's asking, listen, if you head down the expressway, you can get right back to Egg Harbor Township, which is where I think you live. And then maybe he's asking about wondering
which casino to go to? I mean,
well, you know, Coach Ball also coaches the in the South Jersey South Shore Baseball League for the surf. So he might be asking if he has a schedule for the season because he'd like him to come out and perhaps umpire one of those games. Home plate umpire, he's not really 100% sure if that's the fastest way to get to Egg Harbor Township. Should he take the expressway or should he go up the pike?
Yeah, go on the Black Horse Pike.
Yeah, so is it a pike or is it the expressway? Well, they're about to tell Coach Ball to hit the pike. And
listen.
Yeah,
I know you like to go one way.
Yeah, well, save the toll. I mean, gas is expensive enough.
Yeah. Seriously.
He's going to escort him back.
Maybe don't go on the expressway.
Escort him back to the dugout. And Coach Ball wants to remind the umpire that if he wants to register for classes at Atlantic Cape for some continuing education, you want to go to www.atlantic.edu, where you can also sign up for the debate team.
Yeah, hey, why not? I was on a debate team in college once.
All right. Well,
the Regional Ethics Debate
Coach
Bowl.
Ball back in the dugout with Coach Velarde. And
after all that, Will Gamble, the hitter, with runners on the corners, and takes a strike as Coach takes a seat.
Should we tell Coach Ball and Coach Velarde it was a good call? Anthony Gamble. Just make him feel better?
I think I may stay up here. I'll wish you the best on that. 0-1 the count on Gamble, who's 0-for-2 with a walk. Also scored a run back in the fourth. Little pause in the action here. Umpire doing some housekeeping there at home plate, cleaning up the plate. And TJ Chelly playing a little catch with Dempsey.
This isn't good. He's looking back over in the dugout. This is a classic. You got to remember, you got a guy in Jeff Ball that has been
looks like he
at the pro ranks, and
he's gonna go for a little walk.
I think he's headed back towards Egg Harbor Township.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the question is he going to take the pike or the expressway?
No. Have to find out. Chelly deals, and that one hit back to the screen by Gamble. 0-2.
Well, listen, man. Sometimes from a coaching standpoint and fairness to Coach Ball, you gotta jump on the back of your team and let them know, like, hey, like, I got your back. I'm not going to just let this happen.
Throw down to second, and he's out!
Shoot. Way to go by De Palma. That's clutch.
Peacock caught stealing there, and there are 2 away here in the 7th. Check it out on the BFA Live Sports Replay. Nice tag there by Antonicello, and good wherewithal, too, to keep an eye on Hallman over at third and prevent him from going any further. So 2 gone after the caught stealing, and a 1-2 count on Gamble. And the pitch. That one just missed. So 2 outs and a man on third. And Shelley deals. That one missed. And Gamble works a 2-out walk.
And kind of going back onto that play, I think if you're Coach Ball or Coach Velarde, your kind of argument on things is, was the umpire in the right position to make the call? And I do think –
fair point.
I do think that he had something to –
lined past Hernandez and down the line. They're going to say it's foul.
Maybe we got a shot of the chalk.
Hernandez made an attempt at trying to grab it on the way by, It was a hard hit line drive, but just a strike.
So again, it's tough from an umpire standpoint to cover all fields when there's only a two-man crew.
Sure.
But you got to know your rotations, and I think that's what Coach Ball wasn't going out there to argue it, but the umpire was kind of questioning the timing of the visit, and then that ensued a bit of a conversation. And I think with the pointing that was going around as I break it down, I think that oh boy,
as bases loaded after the hit by pitch to Koger.
And I do think that that's what Coach Ball was pointing out to the umpire. Like, I don't think you're in the right position to make that call based on the rotation. And then that's where the home plate umpire comes over and says, hey, I had the same call, more or
Right,
less.
you can understand, the point of view. He's like, and maybe at the end of the day they feel it was safe, but maybe, get a better vantage point. Pitch outside to Vaughn. Bases loaded. Here in the 7th, Dukes have already scratched one across. Jelly out there battling here in the 7th. Deals a strike there to Vaughn. 2 gone. Game 1 of a doubleheader, 2 7-inning contests. So this is the last inning as Vaughn hits that one foul. Angel Pascal had been warming up for the Buccaneers in their bullpen down the left field line. He's since stopped throwing and has sat down. So no action. This is TJ Shelley's inning to work out of. Vaughn hits that one foul down the third base line. Out of play.
Ooh.
Oh, a couple of kids going to chase after that foul ball. Souvenir.
Perhaps.
I think somebody may tell him
He's
that they got to
pretty
give that
excited
ball
about
back.
it.
So I don't know if he would be able to get that foul ball out of his hand. He's going to want to go home with that. The 1-2. Lined fair. Past Goodrich into right field. That'll score 2. Throw to third. And he's out. So Koger thrown out at third after 2-run score. Hallman and Gamble. So Koger thrown out at third on the single by Vaughn. So 3 runs in the inning, and the Dukes lead 8-1. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Last licks for the Buccaneers on BFA Sports. We go to the bottom of the 7th here at Sandcastle Stadium in Atlantic City. Vin Avenue, Doug Stasic with you on BFA Sports. Thanks for joining us here in Game 1 of a doubleheader here on Sunday afternoon on a beautiful day in Atlantic City. Dukes lead 8-1 as we start things in the bottom of the 7th. Omar Hernandez, Dante DePalma, Frank Moretta for the Buccaneers looking to mount a comeback here in the last inning of play. And Hernandez looks at one inside, 1-0. Hernandez coming to Atlantic Cape from Epsagami. He's 0 for 2 in Game 1 on the afternoon. Libero out there to finish what he started. Deals a strike to Hernandez. Liberos look good today, Doug. Kind of working both sides of the plate against the Buccaneers.
It's the outing that Coach Carolla needed and he wanted and he asked for. Said, hey, we got 5 games in 3 days. This is the front end of a doubleheader. Throw strikes, trust the defense, and if you can save our bullpen, then that puts us in a better spot, not just today, but later on down this week.
Deals a strike there to Hernandez, and not once, and I've checked around, not once has anybody gotten up in the bullpen for the Dukes. So this has been all Libero today. 1-2 the count on Hernandez. And that one in the dirt and gets to the backstop. So 2-2 on the Buccaneers first baseman. Dante DePalma awaits on deck. The 2-2. High fly into left. The wind moving it around a little bit. But coming over to make the catch for round number 1 is Koger. Dante DePalma now walks to the plate. He singled in the second inning and then later came around to score. He's 1 for 2. He hit a pop to first base in the 4th inning. Up here looking to get something started for the Buccaneers here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch outside. Dukes lead 8-1 here in game 1 of a doubleheader. 2 7-inning contest. So this is essentially the 9th inning. Swing on and chopped foul back to the screen by DePalma. Libero's worked through the Buccaneers lineup pretty well today, as we've mentioned. The Buccaneers had somewhat of a rally going in the 2nd inning with a couple singles, but that was the extent of it. Libero's worked through the Buccaneers lineup pretty good today. 2-1. And DePalma hits a high pop, drifting into shallow right into foul territory. Vaughn makes the catch, and the Buccaneers are down to their final out.
Yeah, and conversely, going on to the Buccaneer side with T.J. Chelly, another guy was able to go the distance. He did pitch 7 innings, sprayed out 9 hits over that time, 7 earned runs, 3 Ks, 3 walks. But I think more importantly, we talked about it. He was going to pitch the contact. He was going to trust his defense, and just the offense couldn't keep up today, at least in game number 1. We'll see how things pan out perhaps in game number 2. But all in all, I thought against the number 2 team in the country, T.J. Chelly with a very good outing.
Moretta now the hitter, looks at strike 1. You know what else? It's sort of along those lines as well, Doug. It gives Coach Velarde some other options for game 2 of the doubleheader with who to throw out there and maybe doing a little mixing and matching. Moretta chops back off the glove of Libero, and coming over to try and make the grab was Marone. He couldn't, so little good luck single for Frank Moretta. So Buccaneers staying alive here in the 7th. And that'll bring up John Dempsey. Singled in the 2nd inning and was called out on strikes in the 5th.
And that's just the 3rd hit for the Buccaneers against Libero all afternoon.
He's looked sharp, and he's mostly done it to contact. He's got five strikeouts, or 6. There we go. So Libero's letting him hit it, and kudos to the Dukes defense for making the plays. Pitch inside to Dempsey. And we've seen it. They've shifted, if you will, or gone back on in more than any other team that Atlantic Cape has faced of late. So the Dukes making the plays defensively. They lead 8-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch outside goes to the backstop. Moretta will race down to second without a throw. As the Buccaneers look for a little 2-out rally. Dukes scored 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and 3 in the seventh. Pitch in there for strike 1 to Dempsey. Buccaneers down to their final out here in the 7th inning of Game 1 of a doubleheader. 2 7-inning contest. Libero deals the 3-1. Grounded to short. Marone fields, throws to first, and a nice scoop on the other end by Gamble, and the ball game is over. The Dukes win Game 1 of this doubleheader by a score of 8-1. Great pitching by John Libero of the Dukes. Great defensive plays made by the Dukes as well, and timely hitting and base running abilities. And they take Game 1 of this doubleheader. So Game 2 coming up shortly here on Sunday afternoon. Figure about a half hour away. Doug, any quick takes before we go to break?
Just the fact that Libero was able to get a full game in, takes the tax off of the bullpen and for Coach Carolla and staff. So that's the big one for me. But another tip of the cap, TJ Chelly for Atlantic Cape. No fear of throwing against this number 2 ranked Cumberland Dukes national lineup here. And I think more things to come. So I'm going to be real interested to see if, in fact, the Buccaneers can get the bats to find some grass to get the ball to fall and grab some real estate that's much needed. But nonetheless, a pretty good game overall.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in Game number 2. Stay with us on the BFA Live Sports YouTube channel and on Twitter. We'll have Game 2 coming up in a little bit. For Doug Stasic and our entire BFA Sports crew, I'm Vin Ebenau. Stay tuned for Game 2.